Hello folks, this is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers. Today I'm going to be reporting on the live series on KW Wayne's DSR chats. As you can see, I have a new camera. The new camera was set up last night. You can see all of my old man spots on my face real easy, and it's much easier to see all the wrinkles that this old guy has. So welcome today to my studio. Welcome today to getting an opportunity to seeing the new camera. I hope that this is a great experience for the audience, and I also hope that it will help with the sound system to make the audio just a little bit better, because sometimes on some of my shows the audio was just a little bit quiet. Well, hopefully no more. I do have the other system, and I'm not going to use them together for a couple of videos to see how well it does. So here we go. Today we're going to continue our discussion about the NFL, the NBA, and all of the other sports leagues that are professional. Now, these are the sports leagues that make the big money, wherever that may be. And the first thing I want to reiterate, I was watching a basketball series. It was the final series of the NBA. The one team that was really the best team had absolutely no stars on it. The other team had 2 stars on it, but it wasn't a real good team beyond those 2 people. Well, we were ending the second of the 7-game series, and in this second game, the team that had no stars, that worked really well together and was doing a real good job, was winning. And the game ended, and the team had beaten the other team in very, very good game. Well, as the game was ending, the 2 people that were doing the announcing were saying, you know, I'm really surprised that the NBA is going to allow this team to win, because the other team has 2 really great stars, and they would sell a lot of jerseys if the other team were to win. Sure enough, in Game 3, Game 4, Game 5, and Game 6, the referees took over the game. And sure enough, the team that had the 2 big stars wound up winning. And the NBA that year sold tens of millions of jerseys. You have to remember that when you are looking at the NBA, the baseball, the Major League Baseball, NFL, and even to a certain extent, possibly the National Hockey League, what you're looking at is a group of teams that want to maximize the amount of money that they're going to make. So they'll have the schedule, and they will take a look at the teams on the schedule, and they will decide which 2 teams is going to bring in the most television revenue. They will also, at the same time, decide which teams are going to sell the most jerseys. Those are the 2 major ways that all of the teams make their big money. It does help the number of people that come to the games, but it is somewhat irrelevant, because the television revenue and the jersey sales are the things that really motivate each of the leagues to make sure that they make the important decision as to which team is going to win and which team is going to be there in the playoffs to be the opposing team. And they're going to maximize any way they can the number of jersey sales and the amount of people who are actually going to be watching the game, because they do get kickbacks from the advertising, and they also get kickbacks from the league signing of the television contracts. So that's how they make their money. Now, the team that loses doesn't lose. Oh, the fans lose. You don't get to be able to say, well, my team won a trophy. And you may never get to do that because of the nature of your team. And when they take a look at the people who root for the team, how well they buy jerseys, and how well the ratings are on television for that team, it'll make all the difference in the world. And so that team just simply will not win. But the team itself benefits from the monies that go into their coffer every year because of the television revenue and the sales of the jerseys. It comes right back to that every time. And so we will take a look at the NFL this year. The games, I hate to have to say this to you because I know it's going to hurt your feelings pretty bad, and some of you are just going to get mad. But the games are very carefully choreographed. They make sure that each player knows exactly what he has to do in order to have the outcome that they're going to get. And so if a player is considered a great player and he does so much of this and so much of that during the course of the game, well, they can make sure that he doesn't do that. And there's two ways to do it. Number one, he makes sure that he doesn't do it. But number two, they can make sure that that player gets penalized or fouled or whatever so that he can't do it. And it can either be a foul on him or a foul against him. It can go either way. So they very carefully take care of everything. And I saw that with that series. The first two games easily went to the team that didn't have any stars. And when the television people began to complain at the end of the game, all of a sudden the next four games were played in such a way that the team that had the two stars, the team that had the best ratings as far as television watching and so on, that team won. And that's the way it's always going to be. So if you're a certain team, your team is either going to be choreographed out of the game or they're going to be fouled, penalized, whatever you want to call it, out of the game. And they'll never let them win. We saw that with the Dallas-Detroit game a few years ago when Detroit got a 2-point conversion and would have won the game, but then they called a penalty. And when they called the penalty, it was, shall I say it, a BS penalty. It wasn't really something that made any sense even. But that's how it is. And if you are a person who roots for a certain team, understand that it's fun to root for the team, but realize that that team doesn't have a ghost of a chance because of the fact that they are not one of the teams that makes most of the revenue for the NFL, the NBA, or the Major League Baseball. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers, reporting on DSR Chats. I believe this will be life number 13, if I'm not mistaken. So, with that being said, I want you to have a good day. A good day always starts with good prayers, and if those good prayers reach the throne of God, there's your key. You're going to have a good day, aren't you? So with that being said, you have a good day. Good day.